world is a very scary place. The ones who are meant to protect you are the ones that you should fear most. I used to be afraid. But she came to me. She whispered in my ear. She told me that I'm special. That I would never truly be alone. She said, you'll have the spirit by your side, boy. A spirit that will guide you on this journey. A spirit that represents who you truly are. As you walk alone on this journey, boy. All that you shall leave behind is smoke, desolation, damnation. It's coming.
Vocabulary too. Cover hits in the disc edition is all brand new. You're through. I'm interplanetary and like Doctor Who. So who?
Fuck your beef, no relief. I step on stage, girls scream like I'm Keith.
Everybody, we are back at it. Ringtime Pro Wrestling, and I'm not alone. After one singles match, I decided I needed my tag team partner back. Keisha, say hi to the people.
Hey, good evening, morning, afternoon, whenever you are listening to this. You know, I gotta cover all the bases because not everybody listens to this at night or in the morning or the afternoon. So, you know.
Yeah. This will be a hot pile of stew that you will have for your Monday morning breakfast. So, think of it as Friday oatmeal or something like that. It's too crazy. But yes, Ring Time Pro Wrestling back at it again. Keith and Keisha in the building, tagging in and out. It's Thursday. It's late. It's after SmackDown. I don't know how much SmackDown will be talked about in this episode. How much Lucha Underground will be talked about in this episode. But I know we're going to talk about a lot of NXT. A whole lot of NXT is about to get talked about, right? So,
a lot.
Let's not forget that. We're going to talk Raw, because Raw happened Monday, and it was fresh, it was new, and I got some opinions, and I'm going to have a question, and why did I get that question to start off the show, Keish?
Go ahead.
Out of all the people, for your third Hall of Fame announcement of 2015, we went Rikishi?
Yeah. Yes, we did.
Rikishi?
Yeah, we're inducting Rikishi. Because Rikishi needs to be in the Hall of Fame. Rikishi.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, does he really need to be in the Hall of Fame?
No, not really. I mean, okay. So, some people's personal opinions is, oh my God, what took him so long? Some people's personal opinions is, are you serious? But why so soon? Then you have the majority, which is like, what for? They're really asking the question of, why is he being inducted? I mean, I'm going to be honest and say, Rikishi wasn't that bad of a wrestler, but I don't feel like he had a Hall of Fame career. I'm just going to put it out there. That's my own personal opinion. And, of course, there's going to be people that disagree. That's fine. But that, to me, is just, I really didn't think it was going to happen at all. Honestly. That's their third inductee for this year. And to me, I'm like, y'all had a whole list of other wrestlers that you could have inducted this year instead of Rikishi. Like, that's
right.
just, yeah. You had a whole list of other wrestlers that you could have put in there instead of him. That wasn't necessary.
Here's the thing. This is why I'm going to go down the pipe. Okay, this year we are finally righting the wrong of Macho Man Randy Savage not being in the Hall of Fame. Right?
Right. Exactly. Everybody's taking a deep breath. Everybody's excited. Everybody's like, thank you.
Okay. Now we roll into celebrity induction. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Keisha, perfect.
Right.
Perfect. Arnold has been a big part of sports entertainment. Arnold has made a lot of cameo appearances. You can look at the SmackDown of him smacking down Triple H. His most recent appearance on Raw. He hung out with superstar Billy Graham back in the day. He might be one of the guys who helped introduce steroids into the sport. Not that that is a major contribution, but hey, I'm just saying there's some links there, right?
Right.
I can go to 100 random websites, right? And go down names that are not in the Hall of Fame that I haven't even thought of. But I'll stop by Den of the Geek just so we can talk about this very subject. Their number 25th guy is a name that is not in the Hall of Fame yet. And it's his own Hall of Fame. Vincent Kennedy McMahon is not in the Hall of Fame yet.
Exactly. He's not. Not at all.
Okay. Now, I know Roman Reigns is huge right now, right? I know the Usos are popular. So, that family tree, they probably think is somebody deserving should be in the Hall of Fame. Afonseca already in. I don't know. We went to somebody from that family from the Attitude Era. And we didn't pick The Rock?
Right.
The most electrifying man in sports entertainment.
No.
8-time former world champion. Biggest blockbuster movie star in the world. Dwayne
Not
The
at
Rock
all.
Johnson. Nah, we gonna go with Rikishi. That is like you don't have Michael Jackson in the Hall of Fame and you go put Jermaine in. Not even Jermaine. You went for like Tito. You hear me?
Exactly. It's so awful. Like, you just sitting there like, okay.
You said Tito be strumming the hell out of that guitar. We will get Michael another time, but Tito, look, you put in Chico DeBarge before El DeBarge made the Hall of Fame. Like, I'm being very generous here. You know what I mean? This might be more like Bobby DeBarge making it before El DeBarge made it to the Hall of Fame. Rikishi?
Yeah.
Rikishi. Dude got a list of 25 people. And I mean, there's some names. I would tell you that I'm not even looking at his list. James Z. Cornette. Jim Cornette is not in the WWE Hall of Fame. The Midnight Express is not in the Hall of Fame. Damn it. The Rock and Roll Express, not in the Hall of Fame.
But Rikishi is, though. Rikishi will be. Because he's just so much better than all of them. Like, he just deserves it so much more than all of them.
The Great Muta is not in the Hall of Fame yet.
But Rikishi is, though.
But he didn't have a WWE career, but that didn't stop Abdullah the Butcher. That didn't stop Bob Armstrong. That didn't really stop. Bob might have did a cup of coffee there. It really didn't stop Vern Gagne. Bruiser Brody, not in the Hall of Fame, mind you. Sam Muschamp, not in the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
Don Owen, not in the Hall of Fame. Jim Crockett Sr., not in the Hall of Fame. Honky Tonk Man, not in the Hall of Fame. Vader, not in the Hall of Fame. Owen Hart, not in the Hall of Fame, but that's another story for another time. Danny Hodge is not in the Hall of Fame. Much revered Danny Hodge. You want to talk about Danny Hodge? JR loves Danny Hodge. Not in the Hall of Fame. Lou Thesz. greatest wrestler, one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. Luthez is not in the Hall of Fame, but we got Rikishi.
Right.
The Freebirds, Michael Hayes and the Freebirds have not made it to the Hall of Fame. Now, what I think, that one might be held off till next year, because the WrestleMania goes back to Texas. It goes to Dallas. WrestleMania 32 was in Texas at the Jerry's World.
All right.
I don't see how the Freebirds not headline that class of Hall of Fame. Well, maybe the Undertaker, right? It's weird they didn't make it in Atlanta in 27. I'm sorry. Bad Street, USA is Atlanta, GA, and y'all could not get the Freebirds in the Hall of Fame. I think it's disturbing and it hurts.
Yeah, it does.
I don't say it hurts, but I would have made sure I was at a Freebird induction ceremony, right? Paul Heyman, not in the Hall of Fame. The man behind the 1 and 21-1 is not in the Hall of Fame.
He will be, though. He will be. We can guarantee that. Everybody knows that much. Right
Miss
now,
Elizabeth
he will be.
is not in the Hall of Fame.
If she doesn't, you know what? If she's not in this class this year, I will be thoroughly pissed.
I don't see how you don't do her and induct her with the Macho Man. I don't know how that doesn't.
Exactly. No, that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. You better make it happen. like there is no way around any of that. Like, Macho Man's going in this year, and Miss Elizabeth needs to too. There goes your diva inductee right there, Miss Elizabeth. Done deal. Like, that's it. That's it. There's nothing else to it. There's no arguments. There's nothing else to be made about this situation. That's it. You're inducting Rikishi, you definitely need to be inducting Miss Elizabeth. Because I'm just telling you, if it doesn't happen, I swear to you, I'm not watching any of it. None. Zero. Nothing. Not 1 second of any of that. I'm not watching it. I won't. I refuse. I will boycott the Hall of Fame for this year. I already want to do it because they're inducting Rikishi. Like, I'm just not gonna have it. I'm not having it. Absolutely. I'm sorry. Like, it's just way too many names that have this. Keith, you just ran through like a good 5 minutes worth of names, like, and all of these people are not in the Hall of Fame yet. But yet, Rikishi is your third inductee this year, and I have to honestly say, I'm disappointed. I am. I'm disappointed. Because that's one person I didn't think was going to make it into the Hall of Fame at all. Not at all. Not this year, not next year, not 10 years from now. I didn't. Like, unless you just decided you was just going to induct every Samoan wrestler ever. Like, it just, no. I just didn't think that it was going to happen. Honest opinion, that's just the one I'm giving. I'm sorry. Like, I can't. I just don't see it. And there's people that are going to argue against this. I'm excited that Rikishi's going. It's great. No, it's not. It's good.
I mean, if people feel like I'm throwing shade, so be it, right?
Right.
That happened. But I just thought I'd throw that out there. Okay, moving along. So, Reigns and Daniel Bryan is starting to shape up, right?
Right.
I don't know if they intended for this to happen, but they tried to make Roman Reigns look kind of like a heel on Monday night.
He really did. He had a huge kind of heelish moment, and it made people question, well, it made me question what's really going on with this. Because what I could see soon, or in the near future, is a Roman Reigns heel turn. Just complete. So that nobody can question him.
There's speculation that there's a double turn that's going to happen at WrestleMania. Maybe Roman runs with Paul after this. But this is what I know. First and foremost, the fans are really on the side of Daniel Bryan, right?
Yeah, they are.
can I say I'm not feeling it this year?
I'm not.
2014,
no.
I was a yes man. 2014, I was enamored with the yes. Okay. 2015, what have you done for me lately? Right.
Right.
The fans are really into it. There's a lot. Triple H said something very deep on the Austin podcast. Like it's all these pockets of fans, and they're trying to please all of them.
Right. And I agree with that, though. And he also said that you can't please everybody. There's not one person that can please everybody. Not one. And I agree with that, too. I definitely do. So, the yes movement has been going on longer than I expected, to tell the truth. Like, it's been going on way longer than I expected. And it's like, okay, when will the yes movement just end? You know? Like, when are we going to say no to the yes movement and be done with it? Like, I understand there's a big, huge crowd of fans that love it. And I get into it at times, too. Actually, to tell the truth, I don't. I look at it, and I be watching him on TV now, and I just sit there and just kind of be like, okay, everybody's saying yes. He's coming down to the ring. He got everybody into it. Okay, it's over. Like, that's just pretty much my reaction to it now. As when it first started, I was all into it. But now it's just kind of like, are we going to do anything else with him? Or is this just how it's going to be? Like,
I don't know if you can build me Daniel versus Brock. I'm sorry. I don't have the confidence in it. I think that does not send me over the moon. Like, I see Roman Reigns as a realistic foe for Brock Lesnar, just in optics and looking at him, right?
Right.
When I look at Daniel Bryan, y'all can be sentimental all y'all want to. I know people love the white meat baby face getting beat up and the sentimental underdog. Brock is the monster, but I think there is a borderline of realistic that wrestling is about suspending disbelief, right?
Right.
And in theory, nobody really could beat Brock Lesnar per se in the WWE. But in my suspension of disbelief, I think Daniel is kind of overdoing the idea.
Yeah.
And also, what they've been doing with him, where he's yelling, he's getting in Roman's face, and he's pissed, and he's mad, and the fans are cheering. I feel like he's a self-righteous little prick. That's what I get from Daniel Bryan. Sorry. Whatever. He bitching and moaning. I wrestle better than you. Hey, man, this shit ain't been about wrestling in a long time, homie.
It's
sports entertainment. Secondly,
right.
Hulk Hogan wasn't the greatest wrestler of all time. Neither was The Rock. Hell, Steve Austin was a great mechanic, but when he was in his top run, he was pretty much a brawler. I don't really. I'm just saying, this ain't the year, bruh. And that's just my opinion. And I know there's a lot of fans. I'm probably losing listeners left and right on this.
Well, the thing is, in my opinion, he missed the mark. Like, the time in which it would have been best for him to do what he's doing right now, that's gone. And I think they're trying to pick up where they left off before he was out of action. But the problem with that is, it's been almost a whole year's time.
Yeah, this is a CM Punk 434-day title reign, right?
Right.
This is
exactly.
Doing it after he's out of his moment. Like when CM Punk after the pipe bomb was hot, but they marginalized him out of his moment, then tried to put him back in the saddle, and it didn't work. I think with Bryan, unfortunately, he got injured, but I don't know if this is the way to go about it. And here's the thing. I've heard rumors that WrestleMania might be a triple threat now with Bryan, Reigns, and Lesnar.
I don't want that to happen.
Here's the thing.
I don't want that to happen.
I think we're about to set an awful precedent if fans can start just flat out booking the show. And that's the borderline of where we're going. Because guess what? As much as I'm a fan, as much as I like the idea of booking, I don't want to watch a show that half of y'all morons book. And if you feel like I've called you a moron, I don't know what to tell you. You can be one of the half. I don't know if you're the smart half or the other half. That's up to you to decide. But here's the thing.
You can't
I don't want everybody to have that pen.
To me, you can't just start over. You know, everything can't just be hit with a rewind button and be done. Like, that just can't happen. You can't go back in time. You know, and I think what ends up happening, right? I mean, to me,
doing this 2 years in a row undermines the credibility of the Royal Rumble. Period. Point blank.
It's just, I understand that you need to find something to do with Daniel Bryan, and you need to write him in, and you need to have him busy, and you need to keep him in the spotlight, and you know, this, that, and the third. But this is not the way to go. This, to me, was a mistake in itself. And it's too late to change it, and it's too late to go back on it. So now, you're giving me a match that shouldn't happen for a match that possibly could happen that shouldn't happen, which would be Brock and Daniel. You're giving me possibility of there being all three of them in a match, and I don't want that to happen. Like, there's too many doors that are open that should be closed. There's too many doors that are open that shouldn't even be there. Like, there shouldn't even be a doorway there. Like, there shouldn't even be the possibility of there being this thing to happen. Because it's just not right to me. It's not. I'm not excited about this Daniel movement that they're trying to create. And the reason being is because, like I said before, he missed that mark. And then they're just trying to start. They're trying to pick up where he left off, but that's not possible. Like, you need to work him into what's going on now, as opposed to trying to create something that should have been there before he went out. That's not going to happen. Because there's not, some of the same wrestlers that were there, they're not there anymore. You know, you got some wrestlers that are out. You got a whole nother storyline going. You got a whole other thing going. And you can't just be popping him back into place and be like, all right, let's do it. It's not going to happen because it's not going to work. This is not working. And as much as they might think it is, it's really not. You know, it's bad enough that you're already taking, you're changing the pay-per-view and trying to make it relevant when the pay-per-view you're changing it from should have never happened in the first place.
Right.
So, you already got to work with that. And now, this is what you give us for this pay-per-view. Yeah. I'm not too thrilled.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I mean,
I'm not too thrilled.
Other than that, I mean, the show really didn't have much storyline. I mean, because the first match was Bryan and Reigns in a tag team match against Kane and Big Show. The last one was the entire Authority versus Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan, which brought out Rowan, Ryback, and Ziggler, which I guess they're going to have some kind of 6-man tag match set up, either at Fastlane or at WrestleMania, I'm assuming, where maybe those three take on Big Show, Kane, and I hope not Rollins. Like, it's kind of interesting, like, I still haven't seen Randy Orton. And I don't know what they're holding on Randy Orton. Even though, here's the thing with Randy Orton. How do you eject him in this mix without him kind of taking over the star power? Because he comes back as a babyface, right?
Right.
Now, instantly his heat is Seth Rollins. His beef is Seth, and how does he get to Seth? Right. That's the plan. That's the man who curb stomped him. That's the man who took him out. The smart play and the big money is to get him and Seth Rollins. Also, That's a big enough money match to have Seth Rollins busy and take him out of the world title picture, take him out of the Reigns Bryan issue, take him out of Brock. You know, all that is done right now when Randy Orton comes along. But it also makes him hot as fire. So we'll see how that works out. I don't know where that's going to go. But that's one of those big things.
Well, I know they won't set it up like they've been doing with Sheamus. They've been showing promos for Sheamus and his return and all that kind of stuff. They're not going to do Randy Orton like that. When Randy Orton returns, we all know that it's going to be a spot. Like, right. It's going to be a pay-per-view, a Raw, and he's just going to show up. Like, he's just going to be there. So
I'm not a Sheamus. Like, this is what I want with Sheamus. Sheamus needs to come back as a heel. I think his best work would be as a monster heel.
It always has been. It always has been. Like, he's just weird as a face, to tell the truth. Like, it's really weird. You know, like, I can't even describe it any other way. Like, when he speaks, and it's so, like, nice, and it's weird. Like, he's always, he just has that face of, like, mean, monster, angry, yes, love it. I'm with it. Like,
one of the ideas that I think has been tossed around is maybe they bring back the brand extension and we break this roster up, do a draft, and kick some guys over strictly to SmackDown, strictly to Raw, bring the belts back, and have a guy, you know, maybe Sheamus runs SmackDown as the heel. And he's the opposition to guys like Daniel Bryan, Dolph Ziggler. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I mean, that's an idea. But that's that. Raw, other than that, wasn't a lot interesting. I guess they're trying to set up Bray Wyatt versus The Undertaker.
I don't know if I want that, to tell the truth. I don't know if I want it. Personally, I think that last year should have been it for The Undertaker. But I've been saying that for like the past maybe 2 years now. So, yeah, there's that. There's that. I don't know. Like, I like the promos, though. I will say that much. I am enjoying the promos. But at the same time, I'm guessing that's what it's all being leaned towards. So, we'll see. I mean, I know it's been rumored that Undertaker will be returning after Fastlane. So, we'll see. I guess we just have to wait. But I don't know.
Here's what the idea is. He has this match against Bray, right?
Right.
He beats Bray. Disappears, face to the earth 1 year. Comes back for 32. Him and Sting in Texas. Last match for both of them. That's the idea. Right? Don't know how that's going to work or if it is going to work, but that's the idea right now.
Yes. But
he have to win this year. Sting will beat Triple H this year, and then next year we set the table. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it depends on how he healed in a year.
Yeah.
All this is he had a year off. How he healed, what surgeries may he have had or had not had, and if he's fine, and they could pace a match with him and Wyatt. I think Wyatt's a big enough and strong enough guy, and the way he works is a little awkward too, where they could do some things that are special and doesn't require Taker to try to like dive on his neck to accomplish the goal of getting over. So,
yeah,
I think it's a very functional idea that can work.
It is. I guess I just have to see it played out. Because we all see The Undertaker and how he moves and everything. And like last year's match with Brock Lesnar was very painful to watch at times. So I don't know. Like I really have to wonder, like, is he going to be up for it this year? Or is he going to be up for it for the next 2 years? If that's the case, is he going to be up for it for this year and next year? Because if that's what's going on, then he's going to have to be. But, I mean, if people have, if you follow his wife on Twitter, then you can see, like, they work out a lot. I always see pictures of them in weight rooms and doing runs and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, he's keeping himself in shape. I will give him that. He's keeping himself in some good shape. So it's possible. It is possible that this is what we're going to be seeing at WrestleMania 31.
But, I mean, that's the setup. Other than that, I got for Raw, the New Day won a match, but I guess it's because we're breaking up gold. That's the Stardust now.
Who gave them mics? Who gave them mics? Okay? No. They need to take the mics away. That don't need to happen. I don't know who gave them mics or who thought this was a good idea, but I'm saying it right now. Please take those mics away from them. That is unnecessary. Don't nobody want to hear all that. No. No, no, and another no. I don't know who decided that it was okay for them to have microphones, but please do not turn this into a concert. Okay? No. No. They do not need microphones. None of them. And all three of them have them. Why do all three of y'all have mics? What is the point of this? Like, I really was just, I ain't gonna lie, I was a little offended. I was a little offended at the fact that they came out there with these microphones, jumping around on the stage, and jumping out. What? Why? For what? Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you when you're in front of the camera and everything, but I guess they wanted the whole crowd to hear them. No! You don't need microphones. There's no reason for this. They're taking this a little too far. I can't deal with it. No. No. We need to stop this now. I'm going to need them not to come out with another microphone ever. No. I had to put my 2 cents in on that one. I can't. Like, I was actually kind of appalled. I was like, what? Why do they have mics? What is the point of this? No. Nope, I'm not with it. I'm definitely not with it. I am one person that is against the New Day having a microphone. Done deal. I don't care. Whatever. Good. No.
So, other than that, like I said, nothing really jumped out at me. Ambrose is making his push for the IC title, which might get an IC title some shine. One thing I was happy to see, Cena is challenging for the U.S. title at Fastlane, which I don't think he wins, but I think this goes to WrestleMania. But I like that he's challenging for the belt, so that means the belt means a little more now. I hate it when like the main eventers would face these mid-card guys who have belts and wouldn't challenge for the belt.
Yeah, it was getting on my nerves because the title was never defended. Like it was, they would have constant match after match after match, but they would never defend the title. They would just have it. Like, the title's not on the line. Well, why not? Like, I feel like either all his matches or every other match he has, if he's champion, it should be a championship match. Done deal. I'm just saying. Like, you want to be a defending champion, defend the title. Because that's what makes you defend the champion. Just, I don't know. But, yeah. I'm excited about the title being on the line as well. I'm glad they added that on to the match. It's greatness. I'm all up for it. I don't care if he wins or loses. I'm just glad the title's on the line. Go title. I'm just saying. Because I don't know about Rusev. I'm definitely not cheering for that one. You know, one day Lana is actually going to slip up and talk in her regular accent. Tell you, one day she's going to slip up on that microphone and we're going to hear all of the Hollywood come out of her. It's going to happen. But we don't have no time soon. But yeah, I see it happening one day.
With that, we're gonna hit our break, and we will be back with birthdays and news and all that stuff, and we'll go from there. So let's hit the break, and we are done.
Later today, Ric Flair will be going, as many people say, for the final time for the World Heavyweight title. For a man who's won it 5 times, Rick, how does this extra pressure affect you?
Well, what it tells me, Lance Russell, is today, I've got the style and profile like never before. Steamboat, let me go on record as telling the whole world you are the greatest wrestler on the face of this earth. But, pal, today, right here, you gotta beat Ric Flair one more time. Remember, Steamboat? And, pal, I'll kiss your boots if you can do it. But to be the man, you gotta beat the man. And I'm saying, right here in Nashville, Tennessee, pal, I'm the man. Ric Flair and Steamboat, you're gonna be mine! Woo!
Welcome, audience. We are back. It's our wonderful birthday segment. It is February the 12th, going to be the 13th tomorrow. No birthdays today or tomorrow. All the birthdays are on Saturday. Valentine's Day, Keish.
Nah, that's crazy.
Stacked day for birthdays. Ken Shamrock, the world's most dangerous man,
was born on Valentine's Day?
Born on Valentine's Day in 1964. So the world's most dangerous man will be 51 this year. One of the legends of hardcore, ECW original, Tommy Dreamer, Mr. May I Have Another, was born on Valentine's Day also. Very violent people born on Valentine's Day, mind you. Tommy Dreamer will be turning 44. And the late, great Nelson Frazier, Big Daddy V, Viscera will celebrate the birthday on Valentine's Day. He will be missed. Viscera would have been 43 this year. So that is it for birthdays, and on to the news. Keisha, apparently you can see a bunch of WWE superstars naked on the internet this year.
Yeah. Nasty.
Apparently you can see Seth Rollins' Money in the Bank on these internets.
Right.
Like, I was on Twitter Monday and it was doing wrestling. Here's the thing, I'm not on Twitter enough, so like a lot of times I come on, all the good stuff is gone. Not that I want to see Rollins' Money in the Bank, but apparently his fiance's nudes was floating out because somewhere all his social media went crazy and started sending nakeds of his fiance, who's a NXT diva, from his phone. Now Rollins said it ain't had nothing to do with him, but hey man, it's all your accounts. I don't know who got your social media, bruh, but they got it. So,
well, it's actually, I've seen some people's comments about the whole thing, and what they think is that it wasn't necessarily hacked. What they think is that this was an act of like revenge or something of the matter. So yeah, I don't know, but I know his fiance went absolutely nuts. I don't understand how folks who knew pictures of him was some sort of revenge tactic. I don't know. Like, I'm not trying to figure it out, and I'm not trying to make sense of it. I just didn't get it.
Yeah. It was a weird thing. But on more exciting and more better news, the WWE in a press release announced, hey man, they're going to launch the WWE Network in the Middle East. Dubai, United Arab Emirates, and OSN, the leading pay TV network in the Middle East and North Africa, and the WWE have announced a 5-year partnership to distribute the WWE Network as a premium linear channel in time for WrestleMania on March 29th on OSN. Now, what that means is a premium linear channel. It will air much like your regular channels. It'll be like an HBO kind of thing. So you know how you watch the live stream of the WWE Network? That will run. Which they're probably, then you can have on-demand content access to it through that cable network probably. So, but it'll be a paid network. So it'll be, like I said, I would like it to HBO or something. But, without movies, but just wrestling. Or maybe like a paid network you have for sports.
Well, ain't that something? That's kind of awesome.
Yeah, probably won't cost $9.99. Trust me, it'll cost a little bit more than that. But it's a lot of money over there to be had. So, I mean, it's another market for them to exploit. So I think that's another chance to add maybe another 100,000 subscribers at least. So having that now, the network is available in more than 170 countries and territories. It's past that 1 million subscriber mark. So things are looking good. Maybe the death of the WWE is very exaggerated. Like a lot of people think that the investors aren't confident after Vince, steps down. But that's another story for another day.
Good old-fashioned good stuff. That's just the best way to put all of that. Yay! Exciting news for all the world to hear. Some stuff. Not all stuff. It'd be like that.
Yeah. I'm trying to go through and trying to find. It's not like a lot in the news, but there are some things.
There's a lot going on.
Speaking of the Middle East, Darren Young questions why the WWE is doing a tour through Abu Dhabi.
Yeah. So about that, apparently he is questioning it because in Abu Dhabi, women in his eyes are not treated fairly, and they're against homosexuality. Homosexuality is actually illegal in Abu Dhabi. So there's that, and he's just like, hey, why are we going here again? I just need to know. And everybody's looking at him like, bruh. Like, everybody's just looking at him like, really?
They're like, look, dog, you ain't gonna be on the tour.
Exactly.
We about to go get this bread, dog. They want to see John Cena wrestle Brock Lesnar. We about to get this bread, homie.
So, because the question that I asked when this was put out was, okay, when was the last time we saw Darren Young? Like, that was asked a few people that I know, and a lot of people online.
And then nobody know who he was when Cena was doing his State of the Union address in the ring with all the wrestlers. That was Darren Young standing behind him looking crazy.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah.
That's the last time you saw him.
His words specifically are, my freedom of speech is gone, but not forgotten. Because they told him to he had to take the tweet down, but I'm guessing that was the day telling him, yeah, you need to remove that. I feel like no one has my back, and it upsets me. The struggle is real. I'm human. Okay, Darren Young. Don't you think you're just going a little bit too far? Or are you just asking the wrong question? I don't know. I mean, granted, yes, I understand that you have a freedom of speech, and you can say what you want to, and you can question what you want to. But It's really a dumb question. I mean, it's the WWE. They're going to go tour in other countries. They're going to want their business. It's all about the money. So, if you don't want to be part of the tour, then don't go. Just saying.
Yeah, I got a roster full of divas. They treat women as second class citizens. They don't care.
Exactly.
They get that bread, dog.
And I mean, the statement that, okay, there's a part of the statement that WWE made in the rebuttal to it that makes sense. They can't change the cultures and laws of the countries that they go to. Nobody can. I mean, it's not like one of us can just fly off into a country and be like, oh, that needs to be legal. What? No, like, that doesn't happen. None of that happens. And regardless of what your beliefs are and how you feel and all that, that doesn't change anything when you go to another place. It's like going to somebody's house and trying to change the rules. You can't do that. It's not your house. You don't live there. You don't pay bills there. It's not your residence. This isn't your property. So you can't just run in there and just change all the rules that you want to do.
Right.
Life don't work like that. So I understand Gary Young's strife, but at the same time, it's like you're picking a battle that you can't win. No.
Right.
Sometimes you just gotta know when to just draw back and let it be.
Well, that is it for the news segment. Let's get to why we're here, Keish. Last night, NXT TakeOver Rivals. We've done a preview show, so now we got the recap show. Thoroughly impressed with presentation. Thoroughly impressed with the matches. I got a bonus match because I didn't know Hideo Itami was going to be taking on Tyler Breeze to kick the show off. 2 hours of solid wrestling, mind you. 2 good solid hours of wrestling. That match was very entertaining. I thought Itami looked strong after losing to Baylor. So now they have to, make sure he bounced back good. Tyler Breeze still looking okay. I think the guy still has a future. Probably about time to start heading up towards the main roster. But they got to find something that works for him.
Right.
But I was impressed with Itami last night. You see, I'm not calling him Kenta. Calling him Itami.
It's a start. It is a start. Everybody has to start somewhere.
Also, I would like to say I think I was perfect in my picks last night. Except for the Sami Zayn match, I think I was perfect. Not that it was hard to put, but next match, Bull Dempsey took on Baron Corbin in a no DQ match. I thought both men looked strong. It was a nice brawler match. It was bold and shoe ugly at times. Don't get me wrong. But it was what it was supposed to be, right? Corbin came out as the winner. He looked strong, and like I said, I didn't give Bull Dempsey much of a chance.
All right.
I just think they just need, one last, okay, this is over with. Next, this is the guy. Because like I said, Corbin to me definitely has the look that they're looking for on the main roster. So, I don't know how big he'll look next to the bigger guys up there, but we'll see.
He definitely deserves a try. So, I think it's, but, that's up to them when they decide to make that time.
After that, they have some good promos, good hypes to talk about the next matches. Then we got Lucha Underground. I mean, not Lucha. I keep calling Lucha Underground. Lucha Dragons taking on Blake and Murphy for the NXT Championship. It's a rematch. The Dragons won the shot back at their belts, which very rarely does anybody win a belt twice. And
This is true.
NXT. Pretty much, it's kind of you win the belt, you lose it, then it's on. It's over. But I can see that changing, but very rarely, right? So I kind of figured Blake and Murphy would just be reestablishing them. Lucha Dragons probably on their way to the main roster. Keish, what you think of the match?
I thought it was good. I thought it had a lot of action to it. I thought it was actually one of the better matches of the night. It's always nice to see a tag team match with two teams I feel like have a lot of chemistry that flows nicely. So it was great to watch both teams, you know, come together and make it happen. Lucha Dragons at times can be, to me, a little but Blake and Murphy are a great tag team, and I was thrilled. So I thought it was a great match. Did it seem kind of short to you, or was that just me?
No, I mean, it was kind of short, but I mean, you probably, I think they just want to make sure they had enough time for the later matches.
Yeah, I'm guessing so too. I mean, it was only a 2-hour show, so yeah. I guess because I'm so used to, my mind has been trained to 3-hour pay-per-views. So 3-4-hour pay-per-views. So it's like I always expect things to be longer than what they really are, but at the same time, this to me is greatness in itself. So I just have to take it how it is. But yeah, to me the match it seemed a little short, but I guess it was just because I was enjoying the action of it, and I wanted it to go on just about a good another 5 minutes longer. But you know, I think it was enough to satisfy those that love tag teams. So yeah, I'm with it.
My match of the night goes to the next match. Finn Balor versus Adrian Neville for the #1 contendership.
Greatness.
This is everything everybody in pro wrestling ever wanted to see. If this is Neville's last match in NXT, great send-off, hell of a performance, back and forth all the way through. I really didn't know. It was hard for me to tell. Here's the thing. Before I did the show Sunday, I said Finn Balor's going to win. When I did the show, I talked myself into saying Adrian Neville was going to win. So this is my second match that I got wrong, I think. And watching it, I was like, I don't know who. But they went with Baylor. Awesome. Devitt is a #1 contender already, man. This is crazy. These NXT guys are on their way.
I guess I have to say that, in my opinion, since there's no mid-card title, since there's no title in between them and the NXT title, I mean, there is no such thing as moving too fast. And I'm loving it. I'm actually enjoying the fact that they have put them in this position already, as it is. So I was excited to watch Finn Balor win, to tell the truth. I'm just a Finn Balor fan, period. I'm a little biased, but hey, we all are at some point. So it was great. It was greatness, and I can watch that match over and over and over again.
I think he's set up for the future. He doesn't have to win the title his first time around, but it's nice that he's ready to go into that type of setup, and we'll see what we get out of it. So that happened, and very, very proud of Baylor. Like I said, match of the night. The lariat to the reverse DDT. Oh man, yeah.
his interests, the way they do his interests for takeovers, I always loved his body paint. I've always loved the body paint and everything. I'm with it. I'm definitely with it. So, yeah. I'm way too excited.
Yeah. Next match, also very good match, and I called this one down the middle. I knew it was going to happen. I was ready for this. Charlotte defended her NXT title against Bayley, Becky Lynch, and Sasha Banks. Fatal 4-way, lots of action. Ladies were bringing it. If you give women who can wrestle time, you surprise the matches that you get. Everybody held their own. Everybody pulled their weight. Right. Sasha Banks came out the winner, actually pinned Charlotte in the middle of the ring.
Sasha Banks. I'm a Sasha Banks.
It's her time. I think she's gonna have a long run with this belt. I think Charlotte had a really good run, but I think it's time for her to go to the main roster, and that'll be happening sooner than later. She might get one rematch for the belt, but I think Charlotte's gonna go to the main roster. But it's Sasha Banks' time.
Right. Oh, I love her. I love her. I swear I do. Like, I want one of her chains. I want those sunglasses she be wearing. She's awesome. Sasha Banks, new NXT Women's Champion. I love the NXT women. I think they're just awesome. All of them are just greatness. And it's just, I can watch them wrestle every day. Like, and you're right. I love the fact that they give them time. They don't cut them short. They don't move them to the side. They don't act like, they don't act as if this is just a flat match. It's greatness. I'm with it. So, congratulations, Sasha Banks. Yay! Okay, I'm done. I'm always up for the women.
Right.
Always representing for the women.
So, Sasha's very deserving. Very good match. I like the twists and turns. But like I said, I knew it was her time. And I think you could tell when somebody wins a belt at the exact right time. And that was Sasha Banks last night. After that, they ran the video packages and we went for the world title. Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. Sami Zayn defended the title. Him and Regal got bullied into a title match with Owens. And they brought it. Very violent match. Owens dominated the pace. It wasn't Brock Cena-esque SummerSlam, but it was definitely intent to know that Owens was there to brutalize Zayn. And I'm not saying that it's a work style. He beat him down, and they had to stop the match.
It was a match made to happen. Yeah.
What were your impressions of it? I thought, like I said, it was physical. I thought Zayn had some good comebacks, but we definitely knew Owens was dominating. This is what I thought. I thought Zayn was going to walk out with the belt. Hook by crook, Zayn was going to walk out with the belt, but Owens was going to look strong, right?
Right.
I was wrong. Owens looked strong, but he walked away with the belt too. 2 months after debuting, Keish, Kevin Steen, a.k.a. Kevin Owens, is the NXT champion. Has WWE gold.
Yes, we all thought it.
A guy who they said wouldn't be there, would never make it, he's on his way.
Definitely.
Yeah, You know, it was definitely.
I mean, what
a
else
good
can you
match to
really
see.
say?
Here's the thing. It's kind of funny because, like, people booed and thought that was bull the way it ended. A lot of people didn't like the way it ended. I think it's a setup for a bigger match later.
Right.
Where Zayn has to get... We're going to go through Sami recovering. We're going to go through him getting stitched up. We're going to follow him getting his stuff back together and trying to challenge for that spot. I like it. Hey, man, Triple H runs a damn good wrestling show.
Yeah. Definitely agree. I definitely agree. So, I mean, I trust in... I have to say, I trust in the decisions that are made for NXT. I do. I definitely trust in the decisions that are made for NXT, and it always leads us to something bigger. Always leads us to something bigger and greater.
Right.
So,
like I said, they put together a pretty good wrestling show last night. Definitely worth seeing. I'll probably watch it again sometime tomorrow during the day. Just because I want to watch that last match again and just kind of see how it plays out and look at the subtleties of it. But Steve won by knockout. That's establishing a major monster heel in that brand. That said, come get this guy. This dude is dangerous and he will hurt people.
Exactly.
I knew he was popular. Because they were pleased with him with those T-shirts. Those KO T-shirts are selling out.
I gotta give you one.
Yeah, I mean they sell the merch sales for that has like been they well exceeded their expectations. Like he probably riding fat down there in Orlando because he got his NXT contract, but he got some serious coin from their T-shirts.
Right.
But yeah, they said the T-shirts are doing very well. And I can believe it, man. He has a very loyal fan base. I think he imported most of that fan base from ROH over to NXT, and it's paying off.
Well, yeah. I think with some, well, no one figures this, but fans will follow if they are true fans. I mean, of course, just because he changed companies doesn't mean he necessarily changed himself. He's still going to wrestle the way that he has, and he's still going to put himself into whatever character they develop for him. So yeah, I think he's greatness, and I do believe that those same fans that he had in ROH they're right there with him now in NXT. And when he is moved to the main roster, because we all know he will one day, they'll be right there with him when he's on Raw and SmackDown and on the pay-per-view. So it's exciting. It's exciting to know he's also building more of a bigger fan base, too. Because NXT already had its own fans, and now they get to see Kevin Owens in action. They get to see him, now they get to see him as the NXT champion, which is awesome. So I'm excited to see where it goes from here. I'm thoroughly excited to see where it goes from here. The excitement kills me. I swear it does. Because like I said, I trust what they do with NXT. And I trust the moves they didn't make. And this match itself was greatness. But, of course, the setup, as of right now, since Finn Balor is now the number one contender, will be Finn Balor versus Kevin Owens.
Right.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's flipped over that quick. I mean,
exactly.
with those three guys, you know, Neville and all those guys said they were coming. Well, Neville wasn't a part of that clique, but when Itami, Balor, and Owens came in, I mean, it was a big deal. Those signings were huge. Last summer, like that was a buzz. It was those signings over the summer, and look what we got. Look how far we came that quick.
It's greatness. It's greatness to see that they move this fast, but they still getting the shine and everything that they deserve.
Right.
And that's what I'm going to say. Those are the words best words that I can use for it. They're getting everything that they deserve right now, and I'm too excited for all of them. I am.
Right. Well, I mean, that wraps up this week's Ring Time. Well, today's Ring Time. We might have something later on in the week. We will catch you up on some of the other things. Lucha Underground recap.
Lucha! We have to.
We gotta watch.
We have to. Oh my God, we have to. Because this week's Lucha Underground was greatness. Oh, it was gold.
We'll gloss over some SmackDown. We'll get Friday's Destination America, Impact Wrestling, and because we've been really behind. We really slacked on our other organizations. Wednesday night, actually, there was an event with New Japan at
really?
it was called the Bodymaker Coliseum. It was called New Beginning, Osaka, and I know AJ Styles was on the card. I'm gonna get a breakdown of that and watch it. I have that available to me due to the fact that I subscribe to New Japan World. So all that stuff probably gets talked about some night, like Saturday or Sunday night sometime, or maybe Monday morning. I don't know. So you guys are having something in your inbox sooner than later. But with all that being said, Keish, let's close it out.
All right. I love y'all. Talk to y'all next week. Bye.